We are going to discuss about legal and IT Act in 2000 in legal and regulatory aspects. So it is not so important from the point of view of this exam, but let us have brief discussion regarding this. That means only important points. Information Technology Act 2000. So obviously the important point is the year 2000, and there is one amendment in 2008 that added cybercrime, voyeurism and pornography. So these 2 years are very important. It is based on UN CITRAL, United Nations CITRAL model law. So this is also very important point. It is based on UN CITRAL model. First UN made a law, based on that we adapted that law as a Information Technology Act 2000. So it affected all the present laws like Bankers Book Evidence Act as well as IPC, Indian Penal Code, etc. because it added a new evidence, electronic evidence. Earlier the evidence is printed copy or witness like this. Now the evidence is electronic form. So that is also added to the present evidences list. So adjudicating officer looks after this. If there is any appeal, we have to take it to Cyber Regulation Appellate Tribunal. Digital signatures are issued by certifying authorities. These certifying authorities are controlled by controlled certifying authorities. These are not such important points. So let us discuss few little terminology. I think many of us know this, but as a reminder, I am discussing it again. Say for example, you are sending a mail to me. So you are an originator or sender. So sometimes they use the term originator. I am receiving the mail. So I will be the receiver or addressee. There is a bad guy who stole the information. That guy is called hacker. So generally, say for example, I am sending a material to you. So then that case I will be originator. So you are a purchaser. So you receive that material. So you are a addressee. Meanwhile, a third party, a hacker hacks the data. He is called to be as hacker. Then digital signature. Say for example, for all the transactions we generally take authentication from the superiors. So we take signature. Say for example, he is somewhere else. He send a guideline to do. You followed that. What is the authenticity over there? So to have authenticity, whether it is sent by him or his friend or some hacker or by his wife, you don't know. So for authenticity, we need digital signature. So it is not at all a signature, it is digital signature. By click, he is authenticating that he accept to that. Recently I did a digital signature on a contract. What I did, I just accepted, that's it. It is taken as digital signature with entry of my credentials. Then asymmetric crypto system, it is very important. There are two parts in this, originator and receiver. It is common. So I am sending a very confidential information. Generally it is widely used across the world in case of banking system, financial systems. So there are many file transfer systems. So in this system, asymmetric crypto system, the information is sent in such a way that even the hackers can't use that data. Say for example, I am sending a very highly confidential information to you. You are a bank official. So meanwhile, if a hacker hacks the data, he can use the data. That is the danger. So what I do is, I request you to give me a key. With that key, I lock the data. That means I encrypt the data. So if meanwhile a hacker hacks the data, not a problem, he can't understand that data. Once it reaches you, then you decrypt the data, then you can read that. Even if I write a letter, nobody can read it those hackers can't read it. Once it received to you, if you enter, you unlock it with your private key, then only you can read that. Even I can't unlock it, even the sender can't unlock it. So there are two keys, one is public key, another one is private key. So you have to provide public key to me. So it is a public one. The key provided to the public key is public one, and I lock it and I send the data to you. Once you receive, you open it with your private key. Private key is a secret. Private means it is only for us, private property for us. Public property, anybody can. So you can share the public key with anybody, no problem. They can encrypt the data and send it to you. But once you receive, its pair of private key is with you, then you can open the data and you can understand the data. And what are the various punishments for all the crimes? You just need to remember one or two, other is for your knowledge purpose only. Main one is using others' passwords. It is our common practice, generally we do. So before using password, we need to know whether we are authorized to use those passwords or not. Generally those passwords are written in our books, we tend to use them, but it is not the way. For using others' passwords, fine is up to 1 lakh rupees and imprisonment is up to 3 years. Next one is document tamper. For that, fine is 2 lakh rupees, imprisonment is up to 3 years. And fail to maintain records, imprisonment up to 3 years. Fail to follow orders, 1 lakh fine, 2 years imprisonment. Misrepresentation, 1 lakh fine, 2 years imprisonment. The main thing you need to remember is 1 lakh using passwords of others. Then document tamper, 2 lakhs, 3 years. For hacking, 5 lakhs, 3 years. These are maximum punishments. Receiving stolen data, we use pirated movies, we watch pirated movies, and we use pirated softwares. For that, 1 lakh rupees fine, 1 year imprisonment. And cyber terrorism, it is very serious crime, 1 lakh fine, 2 years imprisonment. So these are the ones. Out of all this, you just need to remember the year of the act based on UN Citral model law and amendment, 2008 amendment, and for using others' password, 1 lakh fine, 3 years imprisonment. I hope this is of help for you. For any advice or suggestions, just message. Thank you. Have a great day.